regarding food combination, I once heard Dr. Clement speak about it in the World Teleseminar, but didn't understand what foods should not be combined. Could you please explain in more details what foods should not be eaten together?
Well, if you liken the digestive tract to a superhighway, and I heard this one from Brian Clement, it's a superhighway with a one lane correction there, with a one, just one lane going in one direction. So there's no passing lanes here, and the various food groups are the cars. They move at very different speeds, and the slower ones force the faster ones to slow way down, causing a huge traffic jam. And that traffic jam ends up being bloating, gas, and fermentation in the system. If you notice, animals in the wild don't combine foods. The meat eaters kill and eat, and the grass eaters eat the grass. They're not like taking, let me mix a piece of this and a piece of that. They eat one thing at a time. So proteins, which in the healthy vegan diet are seeds and nuts, take an average of 4 hours to digest. These are the slowest ones. They can only be eaten with green veggies, with mixed salad greens, the sprouts, the green veggies. For example, organic granola is very tasty, but it combines nuts, oats, which are starch, and sweet fruits in a disastrous combination.
Wow, isn't that interesting?
And most desserts in raw restaurants do the exact same thing. So it's something we might do once in a while. But even when you take healthy organic food, if you combine it the wrong way, it leaves you feeling pretty sick. Starches are the next slowest. They're sprouted grains and beans, winter squashes, yams. They take an average of 3 hours. And you don't want to mix these with the proteins, only with the green veggies as well. So, at a meal, you're going to say, here's my basic the green veggies are the basis, especially the sprouted.
Right.
And you say, do I want to have a protein with it, something made out of nuts or beans, or do I want to have a starch? But not all of it, yeah.
Okay.
And then veggies, they're the ones that combine with either the proteins or the starches, but not both together at the same time. This is green sprouts, leafy greens. Their average digestion is about 2 hours, so they're faster. And fruit can take up to 2 hours, but it's usually even faster. Now, fruit does not mix at all with any other group. The only exception to that is an avocado, which not everyone even realizes is a fruit. It can be eaten in the salad and with the green vegetables. Okay. But tomatoes are very much a fruit. And so, at the Institute, all the salsas are made out of red peppers, not out of tomatoes. So in the guide, I guess we'll go to the guide at the end, but it's actually a trick question because fruit can be combined with nothing.
That's right. That's right.
And certain fruits, like melons, you can't even combine them with other fruit. Melons, you eat them alone or you leave them alone.
Yeah.
You cannot eat them with any other thing at all.
Isn't that fascinating? Don't want to mix your fruit. Now let's talk about liquids and drinks. Tell us a little bit about that, because that comes under the heading of food combining.
Well, we learned also at the Institute that, while our body needs a lot of water during the day, we do not want to have the water with the meal.
Okay.
And much less other liquids that most people consume with their meals,
like
sugar juices or sodas, because the body works very hard to create the gastric juices to digest the food. And I said briefly before that digestion is by far the most energy-consuming process in the body. So, you don't want to overwork the body so much. Then there's no energy left for the healing and the repair and everything else that needs to happen.
Right.
So we'll take some water with our digestive enzymes, because people asked about that as well, maybe 20 minutes before a meal. But we won't actually drink water with the meal. And then we'll usually wait about an hour after a meal before we have any water as well. So it's just really important to learn to eat it, without it. And because, raw food is high in its own water content anyway. It doesn't feel dry, so it really hasn't been difficult at all, and it's much easier on the system.